Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to everyone around the world. Good morning to all human beings on planet Earth. Dear humans or human beings, I've come today as to explain about the religion of Islam, the religion for all living creations on this planet. As I'm going to explain human beings about the religion of Islam, but also put in references either from what is going on this planet at this present time, as well as to give maybe warnings of things that are likely to happen in the future if human beings do not alter their ways or their way of the way they interact either with each human to human as well as the environment. First of all, I want to make it very clear to human beings that humanity, you are all living Muslims on this planet. On this planet Earth, you are all human, as a creation called human beings. You are all living Muslims. You are all what? Living Muslims on this planet. And at the same time, the very creations that you look at, either plants, those creations are Muslim. They submit to what the very beautiful religion of Islam. The water you drink on this planet as human beings, that water submits to Allah, the oneness of Allah, and that water, the religion of the water I drink as a creation of human beings, that water, its religion is Islam. Because you people who say you've studied science and whatever, I think you do mention it that a certain percentage of a human body is made of water. It's stated in the Quran, but the so-called people who are either in confrontation with the very religion, with the very fact that you say a human body, a certain percentage is made of water, and at the same time you are in the same people who are saying you are fighting Islam. So today, I want to give you an insight of exactly to give you an insight to know what is Islam, as well as warning you as a people, a creation called human being, not to engage in confrontation with the very religion of the water you drink, that as a people who are not aware of Islam, you using different ways to which you call science, to say with your own whatever records that a human body consists of a certain percentage of water, that percentage allows a human being to be a living human being or to survive on this planet. So today I'm telling you, Islam, or the water you drink as human beings on this planet, that water, its religion is Islam. The water you drink on this planet as living human being, that water, it submits to the very, very most beautiful religion of Islam. So, as a creation of human beings, you yourselves, you are aware that some of you state with your own mothers that you are in confrontation with Islam, you are fighting Islam. But I'm opening your eyes and your ears to hear this from the very information in your archives about which you compiled as science studies, that with the very information in your archives about a human body, you say a certain percentage of that human body is made of water. That is your own statements from science records in either universities in Yale University or in Germany or in Europe or in anywhere in the world. So, to be very open and frank with you as a people, Islam is the very water you drink that you human being is Islam. Or the other way around, the very water that you drink as a creation called human being, the religion of that water is Islam. So, that looking that in a kind of a different angle, you find that if we say that the water you drink is Islam, and the water that a body of a human being consists of a certain percentage of a certain percentage of a human body is water, is made of water, then if you say that you're fighting Islam, as a people of today, or of modern human beings, then you are in confrontation with the very, very religion in the water that you drink every day. That is before we go inside your very inner mechanisms and blood system. If we go into the blood system of a human being, you will find that there is what you call red blood cells and white blood cells that carry oxygen from the brain to the lungs, to the chest, to the feet, and to every part of your body. And the region of that very red and white blood cells, that the region is Islam. Because if you are not stupid, you will say, how can a blood cell be a Muslim? No. You remember that you said in your scientific research that you've done over the years, in your records, in your universities, that a certain percentage of a human body is made of water. Isn't it? So water was a part of what created a blood cell, in a red blood cell or a white blood cell in your body. And that very water you drink every day enables the blood cell to either regulate the temperatures and this and that. So when you turn around and say you are fighting Islam, you as a people of a modern race of creations of human beings, if you turn around and say we are fighting Islam, I think you are a people committing suicide. You are a people committing what? Committing suicide. You have to wake up and realize that you are in confrontation with the very bodies or the very mechanisms of your bodies, that the mechanisms and the region of the blood cells in your bodies, and that if you are saying you are fighting Islam, you are fighting the water you drink, and you are fighting the very fact that the red blood cells and white blood cells build every section or part of your muscles on your body. So, I'm trying to show human beings to awake them from the seizure of drunkenness and foolishness that is going on, that has made human beings to carry weapons every day from one street of the whatever, even going into confrontation with little children, like what is going on in Palestine. Like what is going on in Palestine. Carrying weapons and throwing ballistic missiles on children who are defenseless. Who are defenseless. So my people, as a people who say that you are educated, you are civilized, you are not educated. I don't know whether you are educated as you say, because the very records that indicate or state in your records of whatever scientific study that you've done shows that it's a human body, a certain percentage of a human body is water or is made of water. And those records are your own records in your institutions. And for me, who enters your bodies, inside every part of your body, I tell you that every blood cell in your body, as human beings, every blood cell, the red blood cell and the white blood cell, the region of that water, those blood cells is Islam. And Islam is also the region of the very water that you drink as human beings, and is the very Islam is the very region of even the plants you grow in your farms or in your gardens. The very region of those plants is Islam. The very region of those plants, because they too, the plants have to take water so that they grow and produce the food that you people eat. But if you as a human beings wake up and say we are fighting Islam, I think either when I say you are people intoxicated with foolishness that you cannot recognize that the water comes from the sky and the mechanisms and the principles and the absolutely divine decree of Islam allows the water to come from the sky and comes onto the planet to feed the plants, as well as feeding your very own bodies, of quenching the thirst in your own throats or in your bodies. And when you turn around and say, we are fighting Islam, because no, do not put that in your heads. Because if you do, you would go directly into confrontation with the region of your blood cells, which will cause the mutation of the blood cells in your bodies to mutate into diseases or cancer tumors and blood clots and what have you. So a warning going to a people who say, we are Christians, we are fighting Islam. No, you are not fighting Islam. If you do, you are fighting the very blood cells in your bodies. The very blood cells in your bodies will punish the very sick man or woman who says, I'm fighting Islam. Because some of you have come across incidents of cancer in women, in breasts of women. Do you know why it occurred like that? Because these are women who went into direct confrontation with the very region of their bodies. And that is the very region of even men. Well, some women, when they dress beautifully and want to show off that they are Christians, they put a Christian cross in their chest. That Christian cross generates what we call a magnetic pulse, and that magnetic pulse triggers a pulse that touches the heart of this planet Earth. And once that magnetic pulse touches the heart of planet Mother Earth, Mother Earth resends it to the creator of every living thing on this planet, or to the sustainer, and that is Allah. And Allah resends it to the very woman that resends the magnetic pulse to the very woman that is putting a cross in her chest, and that magnetic pulse crushes the blood system of that woman, and she succumbs to a mutation of red blood cells and white blood cells into cancer tumors or breast cancer tumors or leukemia or any other health complication, because when she does put a cross in her chest between her breast, it is a direct confrontation with the very mechanisms and the region of the blood system that manages her body for her to be healthy on this planet. If you put a cross in your whatever, or you have a sick mentality that I'm fighting Islam, I'm Christian, you don't know what Christianity is. You don't know what Christianity is. So, I was sent on this planet to try and show you what you should know. But when we studied this, whatever showed you that, you are the people who say you are scientists, you've studied science, you say a certain percentage of the human body is made of water. And those are your records, not our divine records, those are your records as human beings. So when you say you are fighting Islam and the region of the red blood cells, which we are part of the red blood cell or a white blood cell is water, and you say you are fighting Islam, and the water in your record says water is what makes up a human body, and you are fighting Islam, and Islam is the religion of Islam, the religion of water, the water you drink is Islam. The religion of the plant you eat that is Islam, because the plant grows because it is given water by He who created the universe, and that is Allah. And He does that through the absolute divine of the decree of Islam. So when you wake up and say, I am manufacturing a weapons of mass destruction to fight Islam, I think you are sick. You need very, very serious help to free yourself from the drunkenness of foolishness of your own wickedness against your own very own body. So, as a warning, please, human beings, wake up and see that and understand the true religion of your own bodies, the true religion of the very, very food you eat, the true religion of the very red blood cells and white blood cells in your bodies. That because the red blood cells and white blood cells in your bodies build what you call your muscles on your bodies. And it's those red blood cells that are responsible for looking after and making sure that when a woman becomes pregnant, she goes through the pregnancy and allowing the creation in her body to go all through the changes to become a living human being. All those mechanisms are done and whatever under the absolute divine decree of Islam, because Islam is the religion of the water you drink. Islam is the religion of the sun you look at in the sky. Islam is the religion of the moon you look at on the sky. Islam is the religion of the very clouds that you look at on the horizons. Every hour you lift your eyes to look at the horizon. Islam is the religion of every living thing on this planet, even in the universe. Every object that you look at in the universe, those people who have been allowed to look at what lives up there, the gigantic galaxies and solar systems, all the religion of those, whatever is all those creations, the religion is Islam. Because with galaxies, they are submit without any question to the very beautiful religion of Islam, without any question. The question of are we Christian or Muslim applies to only human beings on this planet, even animals that you live with on this planet. Each and every animal that you look at submits to the one religion of Allah, that is the religion of Islam. Every animal that you look at on this planet, every living animal, even insects, yeah? Look at the bees and insects that pollinate the very crops that you grow to get food. They all submit to one religion of Islam. When you, as a human being, that we are given a percentage of mental development, turn around and say, we are fighting Islam, we are fighting the religion that allows the rain to come and comes to earth so that the earth gets fertile and produce the food you eat. If you turn around and say you are fighting that religion, I think you are sick, you are insane. You are a people who need to be guided, free yourself from the shisha, the drunkenness of foolishness. Human beings. Many of you do not, many of you in Europe or America, you don't understand what Islam is. Islam is the very, very air you breathe in your lungs. Islam is the very, very air you breathe in your lungs. Islam is the very water that you desire to drink every hour, every other hour. That is Islam. Because that very water that you drink submits to the most holy, glorified, almighty Allah without any question. So, my people, as the people who say you are Christians, I came on this planet to show you that you are getting into direct confrontation with the very environment that looks after you. Many of you, institutions and individual persons, are very aware of the effect, what you call global warming and climate change. These are things that are warnings to you, a people who are very sick. Who are very sick, that the very, whatever that you people are saying that you are fighting Islam, you are shedding blood of innocent women and children. Nature is saying to you, you either wake up or I'll turn everything against you as a punishment against the people who are drunk, foolish, and treacherous to their own mothers and children and to their own very bodies when they reject the very life that we created for them. Human beings, be warned of what it is that when you are in your bodies and you are saying that you are fighting the religion of your own bodies. You either, those people who have such notion in their head, you either be hit with a brain hemorrhage because your very blood system is getting messages inside your body that you are against that very blood system. It will either throw you into a brain hemorrhage or a blood clot formation or cancer from the mutations of red blood cells and white blood cells into cancer tumors. So, be warned, human beings, do not get into confrontation with the very region of your red and white blood cells that makes your body grow from a 1-year-old little boy or little girl to a 20 or 50 or 60-year-old man. Do not get into confrontation with that region. Today, I'm confirming to you as living human beings that you are all living Muslims on this planet. In Islam, there is no that this is black or this is white. In Islam, there is no such a thing as I am black or I'm white. You are all creations of human beings who should not shed blood of one another. Even when you are walking on somewhere on this planet and you come across an animal, that animal, if it didn't attack you, do not get into confrontation with it. Because most of the time, animals, they understand the language of peace more than the language of Islam, more than human beings do. If it sees you, it will either by divine guidance, it will not. This person is either dangerous towards me or is a peaceful person. If it notices, instinct tells this, nature tells this that this person is dangerous towards you, that very animal, it will run off. So, human beings, be warned, my people, that you are a people all living Muslims on this country, on this planet Earth. The very food you eat is Islam. The very water you drink is Islam. Even the pulse of what that makes the dawn, or what makes up a new day every day, these are done by the commands and under the absolute divine decree of Islam. Galaxies, solar systems, all these creations submit to the beautiful, holy religion of Islam. And for your information, as human beings, you were created from the very beautiful religion of Islam. You've been able to carry on as human living beings on this planet because of that very divine, holy, most beautiful religion of Islam. Ever since you embarked on and you conducted the religion of bloodshed, you can go into your archives and look at the records how many humans have been shot by guns, weapons manufactured by your own hands. How many people have been killed? How many people have been killed using weapons manufactured by your very own hands as human beings? Well, that's when we created you as human beings, we gave a human beings a percentage of mental development recognized themselves. When you look in the mirror, you see yourself, and that what you see in the mirror is a human being. And that human being was the percentage that, or the mental development that was given to those human beings, is to be able to look at their mother, their father, their children, and recognize and interact through the articulation of reasoning and speech, to be able to differentiate that this is my mother, this is my father, this is my child, this is my wife. And when you know that, put it in your head that your neighbor in France, your neighbor in Afghanistan, your neighbor in Rhodesia, your neighbor in South Africa, your neighbor in Ghana, your neighbor in Canada. They are living human beings who deserve, who should enjoy the same fact that you, as a person either in London or in America, can be able to talk and enjoy the beauty of your family members. That person out there deserves the same right to sit and enjoy the fact that they are living human beings who are entitled to the same things that when Allah sends the rain in London, you send the rain in India or China. For people to have their share of the bounty, of the freedoms and the rights of their existence on this planet without being shelled by ballistic missiles or torments of racism or anything like that. So, as a people, please be aware of that. You are a human creation who can, a man from America can marry a Chinese woman and they have children. That tells you you are all human beings. A man from Brazil can marry a Russian woman and they have children. A man from South Africa or Kenya can marry an American girl and they have children. That tells you are all living human beings who are able to live in harmony without shedding blood of one another, or without being saying, "Oh, you are from that." Please, no racism, no hate, no that bloodshed the region of saying that we crucified the Son of God, and when you crucified, you made him. That is a religion of bloodshed, which has been beautifying the bloodshed that is going on today. If you had fear in your hearts that shedding of blood of one another is evil, you don't shed blood of 3-year-old little girls, bombing them with ballistic missiles. But over the years, you made it whatever that this belief of bloodshed looks beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's not beautiful at any cost, because it's in your if you knew what it has done to the genetic structure of the creation of Europeans and the people in Europe, because their very practice of mutilation of their whatever has degraded and destroyed the very genetic structure of their very existence. Through either mutilation and gross mutilation, psychologically, medically, with all kind of degradation and destruction to their very existence on this planet, which has driven some people to be classified as insane, tampering with the stability of their existence, when they say they are fighting the very region in their own vertebral system, or which builds muscles on their very bodies, or fighting the region of the very water that they drink every day. They're fighting the water, the region that supports the plants that they eat every day. So, my people, you are a people who are not wonder. I'm trying to show you that there is no need for you to put it in your mind or anywhere in your whatever that you are fighting Islam. Islam, if you didn't know what Islam is the religion of the water you drink. Islam is the religion of the air you breathe. Islam is the religion of the red blood cells in your bodies that allows those red blood cells to make your muscles grow on your body. And if you go in confrontation with the very blood cells in your bodies, of the region of your blood cells in your bodies, you will succumb to diseases that have no cure on this planet. You will succumb to diseases that have no cure on this planet or anywhere in the universe. Because the rest of the universe, they all submit to the one beautiful religion of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.